one of the things that really stood out to me was one of the speakers talked about how, generally speaking, most nonprofits will, when they're approaching a potential donor or potential sponsor or supporter or whatever, they will always start with the what they do, and then they go to how they do it, and then they share why. And then she flipped that on its end, and she started with, this is why we do it, this is how we do it, and the what was last. And as I think about what I do with my customers or with my clients, I really thought that fit really well within the story framework that I talk a lot about, just wrapping your mission around a story. And she used the example, I think, of Habitat for Humanity, and the what is we build houses. The how is we do it with excellence and modern conveniences or something like that. And then the why was because low income housing is hard to find for some people, or I can't remember what the why was. That's how unimpactful it was, right? But when she flipped that on its end and started with the why, it was like, everybody deserves to have a comfortable place to live. Well, that's a story right there that you can get engaged in. And so and it made me think of the Simon Sinek book, Start With Why. I think was it Simon Sinek that wrote that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if it was him or Malcolm Gladwell, but I'm a fan of both. But
if you guess either, you're likely to stick the landing on most good books.
Right, exactly. And so I'm going to go back and reread that book, Start With Why, because I think starting with why is what we do in just about all of the frameworks that that's not really where we start, but it's kind of how we position the telling the story. We typically start with the problem. What is the problem that you're addressing? And then why or how are you going to address that problem? But the why gets to the kind of the emotional aspect, the aspirational aspect of that. And so when she did that, I was like, yes, now you're telling a story. Your supporters are going to be much more engaged. And then when you get down to the what, you don't have to ask for money. It's more about, how would you like to be involved, or how would you like to help? And then you're not asking for money. You're just asking them how they want to engage in your story.